Good afternoon. Thanks for everyone for coming, and super excited about starting MAC play. Starting out playing arguably one of the best teams in our conference. Extremely explosive on offense, very good defense, very good special teams, very multiple in special teams. And we've got our work cut out for us this week. It's going to have to take great preparation to prepare for these guys and then go down and give our greatest effort against a really good Kent State team. Anyone have any questions?
How do you make sure that your players kind of come down from that high of a big win and get them refocused for MAC play?
Yeah, we have a 24-hour rule, and that's over. And this team that we're playing down in Kent is a very good football team, so they've got our attention as soon as we got back from Minnesota.
When you go and get a win like Minnesota, does that kind of give you the indication that this program's headed in the right direction and you're doing it the right way?
Yeah, we had a great victory last week, and we learned a lot from it, just like we do every game. There was some good, some bad, some ugly, and unfortunately the ball bounced the right way at times for us, and we're able to get a win. But our approach is going to be nothing different than what it's been. That was a great moment for our kids. I'm going to get every single kid a ball, a game ball, and all that for their office. When they get older, they'll appreciate it. But we're starting MAC play, and we're playing, arguably probably the best team or one of the best teams that we played all year.
Just how much confidence is this team playing with right now as they enter into MAC play?
I'd say we at times we do. We're so young at times that we still don't have that old confidence of having a ton of experience and all that. So we're improving on that and working on it. We're trying to get old in this program. We want to get old. As soon as we can, things will be more consistent and more balanced, and we'll be a better football team with age and time.
To look forward and back a little bit, how much does you can talk to them about the importance of hard work and everything. How much to show the testimony of having that celebration in the locker room to just how important is that in the momentum of the program to show, hey, if you do these things, you can have moments like this. You can have moments like this.
It was real similar to the Murray State week. We did some better things in practice, and some things occurred in the Murray State game and the Minnesota game that helped us win. That is, that basically, in a nutshell, what we're preaching works if we do it. So we got to continue on that process. We've got a ton of cleanup, a ton of work to do. But yeah, that was really fun last week. It was really fun the week prior. But winning is really, really hard, and especially whenever you have as young a football team as we do. So everything matters. Every rep in practice matters, and we've got to have tremendous urgency to go compete against a really, really good Kent State team.
And I have to ask, I think everyone loved, especially Bowling Green fans, kind of the tweet you guys sent out, Jordan Anderson, row, row, row your boat. Is that do you earn the right to say that kind of thing after such a huge win? I mean, I know people love that.
I never saw it, so I don't even know what he said. So I'm sorry, I just don't know what he said.
Coach, you're a special teams unit. I mean, Nate's been perfect in field goals. Matt had that monster punt on Saturday. How important has that unit been for your team's success and what you guys have been able to do these last few weeks?
Yeah, the punt team has been exceptional, and they've got to be. With this young offense, it's no secret the strength of our team is our defense right now and our special teams. And offensively, we're doing enough to get by. Offensively, we need to improve, but when you got two phases of your team clicking in the right direction, you got a chance. And offensively, with time, with age, and as the season goes, we'll improve. But that's the weakness in us right now. We're struggling to run the football. We're throwing it well enough, but we're not balanced. And anytime that you're just living off the throw, that's not fun to call the game, and it's not fun to. It's generally not the formula to win.
Kind of building off of that, we were talking about with the offense. In terms of managing the game, how would you assess how Matt did in that kind of role and keeping the clock moving, keeping the ball moving, and then in that effect, keeping the ball away from Minnesota. How do you feel he did doing that on Saturday?
At times really well, and at times he wants some things back. And in this game, there was a few things that we needed to clean up that could have made our situation on offense better. There's a lot of responsibility on him right now, and every single thing that we do, we're micromanaging what he does. We're on top of him, what he does. He's got to play really, really well to make up for some things that we're not doing well on offense. So everything matters with him. He'll stand up here and say that he missed a few reads and a few decisions that he would love to have back. And as we can run the football more effectively, things will be less off his plate. But right now, it's not easy to call the game right now, and it's not easy to play quarterback right now because of the lack of the ability to run the ball.
Do you have a health update on Terrion Stewart, if any?
Yeah, he's much better.
Okay.
Yeah, he's much better.
Seems like, Coach, we talk an awful lot about offense, and we have so far this year, focused on that, the offensive line, running backs, et cetera. Are you surprised the defense has gelled as well as they have and are kind of leading this program right now?
No, it's not shocking. The plan was to bring in some significant older help along with the veteran defensive line. This defensive line's been together for 2 years now. The linebackers have been 2 years together. We brought Bryce and some secondary guys in, Ferg and Dev, to help in the back end. So not only are those guys good players, they're really good leaders. And a little help with some age, a little experience. I'm not shocked that they're playing well right now. I'm not shocked at all. And they're playing really well. And they'll continue to get better. And just like I said, we think a year from now we'll have one of the better defensive lines and defensive fronts in this conference. We need another year of strength and conditioning, another year of age. And that'll occur the same on offense. We need to get old. We're too damn young right now, and I look forward to the time where we can run the football, be extremely balanced, get the defense off the field, and that'll even make our defense even better once we can run the football better.
Up against the Kent State team that put obviously 62 points on us the last 2 years. Do you look back at the last year's game, or you just focus based on how the team is performing this year?
No, you always look back. There's sometimes you go back even farther than that whenever you've had history. If the coaching staff or the defensive coordinator hasn't changed, you always look back, yes.
Scott, do you think a win like that, just the confidence it builds, can, obviously it's all one game at a time, but can it change the expectations for this season, recast them in terms of what's possible for your team to maybe be playing some games that really matter in November?
I don't know. I don't. It was a great win. I mean, we loved it. It was awesome for those kids. But in this business, it's on to the next. And I think our staff have done this a long time. I've done this long enough to realize that you've had heartbreaking losses, you've had unbelievable wins, and they were 48 hours ago. And it's time to really get focused on. And I'm glad we're playing a really good team, to be quite honest with you. It's getting the attention of our kids. And, come on now. Let's say it how it is. We have to be the best prepped, hardest working team right now in the country to give ourselves a chance. So we have no time to rest regardless what happens.
I was going to kind of ask about that, given where you looked at the big scale of the rebuild. You wouldn't have expected this right now, but to ask it another way, how cool would it be to kind of shock the timetable of the rebuild and have a special year this year?
We'll see. And I wish I had I wish I had a crystal ball and I could predict all that. You know what? It's going to be the same approach. We know where we're at. We got a ton of work, even on defense. They're playing great, but they've got a ton of work. We're such a young football team right now that everything matters. And once we do get this program to where it needs to be, it's hard. You got to be locked in mind on the prize. You got to be old, and that's where maturity takes over. You know, guys understand real quick that 48 hours ago didn't matter. So, you know, we're trying to educate our players that that is over. It's time to move on. I think they have. I know they have, actually. They're pretty focused and driven to try to give ourselves and our team a chance to compete this Saturday against a really good football team.
We have time for one more question.
What's the biggest challenge that Kent State presents to you guys?
Everything. They're a pain in the butt on offense. Defensively, well, you talk about old. You know, all you got to do is just go look at the offensive line at Kent State. They're old. And anytime that I've said this for a long time, anytime your fronts are old, your quarterback is old, you got a chance to have a heck of a football team, and they're old. They've got it's all seniors on that offensive line. It's old defensive front. The quarterback is good. They're multiple in special teams. So to answer your question, you know, they're built right now to make a push on our side because they're old and they're experienced and they got a good quarterback. And you know, anytime those fronts are experienced in this league, it's everything. So you look at all these teams that have won it, their O-line's pretty good. Their D-line's pretty good. They got a quarterback. And obviously you have one or two difference makers, and next thing you know, you're a heck of a team in this league. So we got our hands full because we're playing a very mature, good group. So it's going to be a challenge, no question.
All right.
Thank you so much, guys. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thanks, Coach.